This is an Envoice Media podcast. You're listening to Criminal Code, our story behind bars.
Welcome to the podcast Criminal Code. We talk all things prison. I'm your host, Tony. We have Sam here as well, and we have our two special guests and co-stars, actually, in the Criminal Code cartoon. We have Tay here in the red and Zoe over there at the end. Thank you guys for coming in and joining us
for another show.
Yeah, too. You know, we decided to do one all together, the four of us. Other episodes were just, little pieces of all of us, but now you got all of us on the same screen. Before we get into the prison life, I wanted to get you guys' take on this whole Puff Daddy or P Diddy situation, and then we'll get into our stuff. But what are you guys thinking?
Oh man, I feel sorry for him. It's kind of crazy, He's an icon.
Right.
A lot of people look up to him. It's kind of sad.
Well, I think, isn't it where they didn't arrest him?
No.
So when they saw him, they didn't grab him. So
they got him off the plane. I think I was reading.
I don't know. I think he was.
Or they were trying to talk to him when he landed back in Miami, because I know he was out with his daughters.
I think he's a fall guy, though. The conspiracy theory is I think he's a fall guy for a bigger thing. There's probably a lot more important people with more money, and they wanted to just throw everyone off and put it under P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Because he's the icon, like you mentioned, so everyone's recognizable versus all the big, powerful people out there with money that doesn't want to get exposed. They're like, okay, you got to take the fall. I don't know. At a certain point, it's this is how sick people are, right? You end up, he's considered like a billionaire. He's probably has, if he's not a billionaire, probably a couple $100 million or close to $1 billion.
Right.
And his jet.
But yet he still got to
Yeah.
do some crazy shit like this to get people entertaining. I don't know. It's weird.
You're not safe. You know, when as soon as the feds, they're at your door, they did some homework.
Yeah, Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they ain't coming for nothing.
No, man. A lot of their questions are rhetorical. They already know the answer. But
it's like Jeffrey Epstein, right? He ended up having this thing, and he could expose so many more people. Mm-hmm. So they called it a suicide. Oh shoot! You think he committed suicide?
No.
He was about to rat on everybody.
Yeah.
Shoot.
His days were numbered.
Yeah.
There, but I don't know. Diddy might have to, not looking good, but I hope everyone and everything is going to be okay for that man.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Yeah, me too.
It's a sad day.
Yeah.
But on top of it, it's just topic of human trafficking in general is a hot topic these days.
Yeah.
And it's we just need to be aware of what's going on in our surroundings, people around us, and make sure that we don't help in that situation.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking to hear.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, human trafficking.
Yeah. Well, I know they got the phones. I don't know about you guys, but phones are dangerous. Anyone gets man.
Phones will do it too.
Yeah. They got phones both sides over in L.A. and I think Miami, wherever the houses were at. But, whatever happens.
It's just a weird situation, like growing up in the hip-hop era, even seeing Death Row and now Family Bad Boy, taking a fall. So,
dude, everybody's taking a fall.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, that I'm getting to his age and it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are here again. Coming back to Southern California, kind of like a reunion show for us because it's been a while that we've all been together, and I think it would be kind of cool to talk about some fun things or comical things, entertaining things that we went through in prison that we can laugh about, because even though prison is very dark and very sad and depressing topic, I mean, while the time the time that we were in there, it was kind of funny. There was a lot of funny things, right?
And good things come out of it.
Good things out of it, friendship this.
Right.
We're all here now. But so for those who don't know, we all met at Morgantown. Mm-hmm. And I was talking in the last episode how you saved us from possibly spending a little more time when Criminal Code was was caught during a shakedown, but
Yeah.
a couple of reasons too we wanted to come out here was because obviously we spent a lot of time. Sometimes we're serious, sometimes we're funny. Mm-hmm. One of the episodes we were talking about, the doctor was washing his nuts in the sink.
Oh man.
In our dad, but getting to that, and we'll talk about Morgantown specifically. What would probably be the craziest thing that you've seen happen in Morgantown?
The craziest, I would say, a guy frying chicken and fish out of trash can.
do tell.
That was like chopped it off for me.
How the hell are they frying it?
Man, what they did was they made a stinger. They got a trash can. And I don't know, how tough them trash cans is, but you can fry stuff in them.
What are they using?
Oil. They use cooking grease.
Yeah, I was obsolete to all the cooking. You guys are all the masters.
Oh, man.
I ate it. Yeah. I didn't know how to cook anything in there.
Wait, I've never seen anyone actually fry something in a trash can. So how does that work? Like they put something, how do they heat up the heat or oil?
They make a stinger. What they do, they take an iron and they cut off the plug.
Okay.
Right? And they like tape it off to where the wires don't touch. Mm-hmm. And then put that into the trash can, whether it's water or whether it's grease, and they plug it in. And once they do that, it just start getting hot. It like heats up. It's crazy.
But can't you get caught? They're gonna see the smoke.
I mean, there's no smoke. No smoke.
If you're frying something, no?
No.
I don't know. I never got that sophisticated.
But you gotta know,
cooking wise.
in them other dorms, like, we was kind of in a restricted dorm.
Right.
They don't really be going around checking in and all that stuff.
Right.
So, like,
Kinda restricted.
every section's like a laboratory. Like, one person might be writing, one person might be cooking, one person might be making a shank, like anything. Like, it's just.
I remember pizzas.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like in our prison, they didn't have like microwaves and stuff because they said it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So they had hot water. We called 180, right?
180, yeah.
And
yeah.
it doesn't even get hotter than 180. I think regular boiling water is like 210, something like that, 220.
Yeah.
But the water that they give us is like 180, and you use that kind of as an oven, right? Like we put 180 water into a trash, like a plastic bag, and if you make a little burrito wrap with it, you wrap the burrito into a plastic wrap, and then you put the water in there and let it sit there for like 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. You wrap it up with like cheese, pepperoni. I made some pretty bomb wraps, man.
Yeah. It seems like the more stuff you put in it, the better it tastes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then you buy things you can't get at the commissary from the kitchen, right? Like from guys like, hey, let me buy some onions. Let me buy some cheese.
Onions,
let me buy this. And then peppers. And
that was my favorite, yeah.
That's the whole thing. You got to have a kitchen plug.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, but in Morgantown, who made the best pies?
Oh yeah, you did.
Right here, baby.
I had to give it to you on that one. I had to give it to you on that one.
But the recipe that I got was from an old like cellmate that I had when I first went into RDAP, and he had this like crazy peanut butter mud pie type of recipe, and I was like going in, I didn't know anything about cooking or anything about how to cook with prison stuff, and I was like, dude. They're like, you want a little peanut butter pie? I was like, sure. And I was like, ate that. I was like, oh my God, this is like ice cream and pie, everything in one. And I was like, hey, let me get the recipe. He goes, oh man, if I give you the recipe, it was going to happen. It's like, no one knows this recipe. And he's like, Anyways, he gave it to me before he left. And it was good, right?
Michelin star pie, man. Right?
Man, for real.
Even the crust. Crust is like, what is it? The vanilla wafers?
Like, how the hell did you even make it?
Yeah, vanilla wafers. You sit there and put vanilla wafers in a
it's not
plastic bag. And you basically crunch it up into little like crumbs. Mm-hmm. And then you add a little bit of hot water into it. And then you kind of make a crust out of it. And then you mix like Oreo cookie, peanut butter. You put peanut butter, the whole jar of peanut butter in the 180 so it melts. And then you put it into the little cream and some chocolate stuff. And then you just kind of mix it up. And then you squeeze it back onto the thing. And I don't even remember how to do it now. It's like, well, I remember it was like, I can sell it. You know, I was selling those pieces of pie. You can make like 8 pieces.
Yeah.
Pro level chef.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I learned how to cook pretty well, I think, you know, and I actually, like, in prison, one of the ideas I had about making money was like, let's make a recipe book out of prison food. And I was like, I thought it was the greatest idea, right? I was like, oh my gosh. And even when I came out, I'm at home now with my kids and my wife, and I'm like, let me make you guys something. And I was like trying to make this like prison stuff, and they're like, what is this, Dad? Like, it was kind of nasty.
Looking at it,
But after a while, I was like, man, I was kind of craving it. And then like 6 months goes by, a year goes by, and I'm like, I don't remember prison food anymore.
No, man.
Yeah.
No,
Ain't nothing to remember.
You remember the nachos?
Order
I
it at
used to make?
Porto's.
Oh yeah, the nachos.
Yeah.
This
No.
guy,
Oh, you were
had
the
some-
nacho king?
He had some nachos.
I don't think I ever had it.
Tell us how you made your nachos.
Oh, you was.
Why didn't you offer me any?
Oh man,
Because you
I ate
only
more
ate
than
peanut
peanut
butter.
butter.
You only
Yeah.
ate peanut butter.
Man, I had
brutal.
the summer sausage. I would get real hamburger from the kitchen, onions, peppers, the chili packets. Remember those?
Yep.
I put the chili in there, summer sausage, cheese, pickles, just anything that sounded good.
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of cheese was it?
It wasn't Velveeta.
We had a couple different kinds of cheese.
Really?
Remember we had the squeeze cheese?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We had the squeeze cheese and the mozzarella.
Okay.
Yeah, and we just had so much stuff in that thing, man. You eat it, and you couldn't move after you got done. It was real heavy on your stomach.
Yeah, and you made it into little round Tupperware.
Tupperware balls, yep.
I still never had a chance to eat those nachos.
Man.
He'll make you some.
Kind of hurt. Right?
He'll make you some.
I don't need it now.
Oh shoot.
I do.
Yeah,
I did towards the end of my bid.
Yeah.
Oh man. What about you?
I think you was too busy doing burpees.
Yeah, I was trying to do burpees. Now I can't do one.
Yeah, but that food, man, was definitely,
Was it different? Indifferent? Because I know you did state as well. Was the food there different?
Well, in my state, where I was from,
What state?
Ohio.
Okay.
I think he's talking about state prison, not state. As in
He talking about state prison.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Ohio.
we got to order out. We was allowed to order out once a month.
What?
Yeah.
What
How?
DoorDash?
You need money?
Like,
DoorDash?
You had money in your books or what?
no, they had like a program. It was a program through the NAACP where they allowed you to order from any restaurant. Well, the restaurants of their choice. I remember ordering Domino's pizzas. One time I had like 5 pizzas.
Everyone got to order?
Yeah. As long as you had money.
Oh.
I ordered McDonald's Big Macs. One time I ordered like 8 Big Macs.
You would have came there with Wagyu. No, Sam would have came with Wagyu steak and all that stuff. Order. You would have killed it.
But there's only a certain amount of money you can have in your books, though, right?
I think it might
not
be
in the
like
state.
Not a state. You can have a lot.
You can have whatever.
yeah,
Because in Feds, it
We
was
were
like
limited,
$300 a month.
$300.
Yeah.
You were like $300 is all you can get.
yeah,
State you can load up.
yeah.
Damn.
And
And
the
you can
food's
order
better.
food whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should
We
have
got
went to
the
state.
we got the order out. We had our own flat screen TVs.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
Video games.
Video games.
Yeah.
That's like living like a little kid
Man,
without any responsibilities.
Yeah, it really is.
the same as for you?
But
Yeah.
the,
State.
Video games, microwaves,
You got cable TV.
cable TV,
You got internet.
not internet.
Oh.
yeah.
No, you just got to be able to pay for it and have
Yeah,
it. How do you get
I
delivered?
did read about that before I went to prison. and I
Well-
was like, I hope our prison had that. And I was like, oh, I don't see any TVs.
There wasn't any
It's
TV.
like
It
on
ain't
the
in the
commissary
Fed.
though. You order from like commissary.
Yeah.
Like TVs and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. So
Well,
you
they
can
give you a
legit-
sheet, that you can get from the commissary. Like if they ordering out that month, you can sign your name up and tell them what you want, and in a couple weeks it'll be there.
Can your family have it delivered?
No.
Or, like, hey, I'm going to get you a TV, bring it there, and sectional couch.
That's in the Class D facility.
Well, they
Again,
used to. They used to, but because when I my first prison number, you was allowed to have boxes sent in from home.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You get boxes.
Man, guys was in there.
Care
and-
packages.
Okay.
People stuffing
Starting to
all
question
kind of
where we
stuff.
stayed at.
Yeah, they had Jordans on. They was getting Jordans sent in, all type of jewelry and
Jewelry.
That's how you're going to
Now, see, in the state, that's
get
what-
your ass beat and shit taken.
well, you wouldn't get no jewelry in if you couldn't.
Oh,
Keep
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but it was unreal. I said, "Wow!" Just like that.
What'd you have brought in?
I got a
What'd
couple.
you get?
I got a couple boxes sent in. I had my Jordans and my little flip flops and house shoes. I was kind of comfortable.
And then you guys got to Morgantown, and the gig was up, man. We couldn't get anything.
Oh yeah,
No, I saw people with stuff.
Nah, it was stuff on there.
Yeah. And you saw people because
Yeah.
I think because we were in RDAP, you didn't see
Oh,
too much
yeah.
of that, but
Yeah, we couldn't.
we saw people run the hill, grab some shit, and come back down.
I actually
yeah.
saw it.
Yeah, I
crucified
remember.
in
You
RDAP
got in
because of
trouble
that.
because you didn't say anything.
I didn't want to narc.
yeah,
But I saw him too, man. I was just walking along the track area
yeah.
in the back, and I was literally walking with, oh man, what was his name? I don't want to say it. I think his first name was Mark.
Mark.
I don't know.
But anyway, we were walking around the track, and I saw the first guy run out.
Yeah.
And then we just kept walking. 'Cause, that's all we can do: walk, read, and all that stuff. And then I saw him come back
With the bag.
with the bags.
Like, wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, only in this area.
Wait, he was an RDAP guy?
He was RDAP.
Shoot. I would have risked it. If
Yeah.
I was an
He ended
RDAP.
up going. He ended up actually going to the shoe, and then he got transported out because I think it was that and like a bunch of cell phones or something like that. that he had
Wow.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things on the compound, though, smuggling stuff in, both state and federal.
But this one, man, these guys, at least at the state level, if they run out, they probably try not to come back.
Yeah, but they don't really run out. It'd be more so.
Now you're coming back with
guards.
contraband.
Guards,
A lot of contraband.
If I'm leaving, if I'm running, I'm not coming back.
I never even heard of the word contraband until I started
got locked
researching
up,
about
huh?
prison. I was like, what the F is a contraband?
Contraband.
It's like anything is a contraband. Cigarettes are contraband.
Yeah.
Drugs are contraband. A cell phone, anything illegal that you're not
Right.
supposed to have is considered contraband.
Yeah.
What was the currency in state? Was it cigarettes?
Stamps.
stamps,
Envelopes.
majority stamps.
Envelopes, stamps,
What are envelopes? Just regular envelopes?
regular envelopes.
What the heck?
But they come with a stamp
Nah,
on
it's a
them.
stamp.
Oh, stamp on it.
Yeah.
In our Morgantown was the stupidest currency, mackerel.
Max.
Mackerels.
And what the heck?
They
It's
this
like
big.
it's so hard. Like one mackerel is like $2, and it's like this big and this fat. How do you carry that around? You're like, what the heck? I was like, stamps are so much easier. You can hide it.
Yeah.
You can hide it.
Yeah, you want 10 mackerels? Dude, you gotta carry a bag.
They did those blackjack rings where you have your mackerels up on the table or something like that.
Yeah.
You can see the mackerel on the video. We're gonna you'll see it, but it's crazy. Like you gotta carry
the
this around.
truth,
And,
yeah.
dude, and people are playing poker and gambling with Max.
Right.
And remember, like the dealers, they're like the guys who are winning.
Yeah.
If you look at their like cubbies or whatever it's called, the little closets, dude, they would do raids and they would find like
man.
500 max.
500.
And you're like, what the heck are these guys? I mean, I'm like, if you have 500 stamps, it's easier.
It's
You
easier.
just stick 500 in your pocket. 500 max in a freaking little max.
That's how it normally is,
That
though.
was crazy.
I don't know who came up with that in Morgantown.
Dude, it's so dumb because, you go to barbershop
Yeah.
in prison and you're supposed to get a free haircut.
Yeah.
But obviously you got to tip the barber or he's not going to cut your hair well.
bunch of
time.
mackerels.
And I'm like taking mackerels in my pockets. I'm like, hey, bro, here, thanks, man. Like,
We should have tried to change the currency.
I know.
When we were in there.
Who,
like,
I
you
mean,
know,
who was those
let's
mackerels?
devalue the mackerel.
Right.
Man, some of them mackerels been in there.
10 years.
It says expiration date 2010. It's like, what the hell?
Nah, for real.
Does it lose its value?
Whoa.
They'll never use
Hey,
it back.
If it's expired,
But this dude right here, I see him eating the mackerel.
oh yeah, I know. You're eating the money. That's
No one
fucked
eats
up.
mackerels. It's like the money, and this guy's sitting here eating mackerels.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, shoot, that's funny.
Man.
Hey, so like, you see, like, remember, like, the entertainment, right? When we were there, like, we did like work. You guys, you worked out like 6 times a day, like 6 hours.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to work out, but like, it was kind of like, I don't know, never felt the mood. Like, it was just depressing, right? So the only thing that I did get involved was play basketball in the 40 over league. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's kind of intimidating though at first when you're playing, because like I'm like the only Asian dude playing, and everyone's calling me Jalen, Jeremy Lin, and I was like, I don't know if that was like a compliment or a derogatory thing, you know? It's like,
But you destroyed half of them.
dude, but I was on the younger side of the 40.
You didn't bring the ball up like what was his name?
Thunder.
No, man,
Thunder.
Fred, no, not Thunder. It's Fred.
Oh,
I'm
Fred.
saying, yeah.
Oh, I remember Fred too.
He brought the ball up all right.
I don't remember Fred.
But you always finished them.
Yeah. We actually went to the championship.
Everybody thought
That's
they
what I
were
was
freaking
saying.
Michael Jordan,
the
though.
championship.
Yeah.
But Thunder, he
Yeah.
lost his cool.
Yeah, and then they got in a fight. Remember?
Yeah. At the
Then I was like, "What the heck's going on right
They were
now?
all
People
deep-
are throwing punches."
They were all D1 players.
Oh my God.
yeah, for sure.
It was crazy. A lot of different personalities, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like we're talking about Thunder. Like these guys are named. They're not named
oh
Thunder.
You
man.
know why they called him Thunder?
Thunder. Oh,
I don't-
man, that
I
guy.
remember like it's something about story about like nighttime, and he like got rattled and started like running or something.
He told me because he hit like thunder.
Oh, man.
You know, he was kind of big dude, so he probably done told a different story to every. Probably told you a different story.
Yeah.
But he growled half the time. He didn't really talk.
Man. Yeah.
And
Thunder.
he had his, like,
Yeah,
teeth
Charles
missing.
Yeah, he was.
Man.
Charles Barkley looking cat, too, man. He was crazy. He's a big man.
Oh man.
He loud.
Well, remember Diddy? He kind of looked like Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Which one was Diddy?
He
Man,
was
I'm
he
not-
was in RDAP.
young dude, kind of blind hair a little bit.
The guy who looked like Steph Curry.
Oh, okay. He's back. I heard he's back. In
I heard
again.
that too.
A lot of people are.
Yep.
You know.
One of our other buddies too, Hype.
Yep.
I heard he got back.
Yeah.
Kind of sad, but that's why we keep saying, man, no matter what, you don't want to do something
No.
not
man.
right or illegal to get back, to
Yeah.
get back into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
But
that next time
there are
around.
people like I did meet some guys. I don't remember names, but I did remember like those guys who were like, "Yeah, this is my 3rd time coming back." I was like, "Why are you coming back? Don't you want to be out?" He goes, "No, I got no family. I got no experience for jobs. I get free food here. I just work a little bit, hang out with people, read, do whatever I want." I was like, "Oh, dude, it's like you have zero responsibility and not have to stress about housing or food.
Right.
They live better in prison than the homeless people, right?
Yeah.
Some don't even want to. They don't want to leave.
They don't want to leave, so
Yeah.
they do something else to to come back."
Yeah.
Institutionalized.
It was a guy I was in there with. He had been down for like 30 years, and it was coming up on his out date, and he was nervous. He didn't know what to do. He didn't want to go home.
I wouldn't want to either. After
You
30
know.
years,
Where do you go, man?
Yeah.
I think wasn't no phones, wasn't no internet or nothing. Was it?
Yeah.
30 years?
30
ago?
years, no. Because this is iPhone like 17 or something, right?
Yeah.
So iPhone's been around for 17 years. Imagine 13 more years prior to that was barely even cell phones.
You have no. There's no
Yeah.
family. They're probably
Yeah.
all gone,
Yeah.
or they don't want to talk to you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they don't know who you are now.
or they don't even know who you are, man. What do? You go back.
Yeah.
Might as well just stay at
Yeah.
Morgantown.
His anxiety was through the roof, and I kind of felt bad for the guy.
I had anxiety. I only spent like 11 months
right.
Yeah.
inside. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shoot. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I had anxiety. I was thinking about actually the other day about RDAP.
Oh man.
Remember
That.
all the crazy things, but then I was thinking, I was like, I remember you. So in RDAP, right? You gotta. Do I use the word snitch or hold you accountable? What should I? That's kind of like snitching.
Yeah.
what is it? Like, you stand up and you say,
like I would be, because I think I did you for smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I remember that.
I have you and I struggling with smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I actually had you stand up, and I was like, "Morning, I'm."
I remember that. I remember that too.
Mr. Harvey, because I couldn't call you Day.
My heart was in my stomach.
Can you please stand up?
Yeah.
I hold you
that.
accountable because you smelled like cigarettes.
I remember that.
Dude, every time though, if you look at the DTSs, when someone brings it up, you look at their face and they got this evil like we got him.
Yeah.
It's like that evil smile, like, oh my gosh, I hated that.
Those were our counselors. We were actually talking about that. You could be the DTSs or the drug treatment specialist as a counselor. Their favorite one day, and you do one thing wrong.
Oh yeah, they had their favorites for sure.
Oh, what happened with me?
Yeah.
You know who was their favorite?
When I first came in.
He was?
I was scared to death of him when I first came in.
Dude, eventually, you know who their favorite was?
Who?
Yates.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, that guy.
Because that guy snitched on everybody.
He was the snitch.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
paperwork
but
was
it
probably
backfired
crazy.
on him though.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did get kicked out.
He got kicked out.
I remember that.
Yeah.
He used to tell on me every day.
I remember.
He told on everybody, man.
Yeah.
I think he harped on our cartoon a lot too.
Yeah, he did. He was probably one of the guys.
Yeah.
And they did a search. And I was like, holy crap, they got our cartoon.
Yeah.
I remember when they found that too. We were just talking about that.
I think I checked him
last
about
episode.
that. Yeah. I think I checked him about that too. And he was shaking in his boots.
No, I didn't say. He's stuttering ass. No, but then he got kicked out. That
He got
sucks.
kicked out.
I'm glad I didn't get kicked out.
Yeah.
Well, remember the counselors? Like, I forgot the guy's name.
Satterfield.
Satter-
It was Satterfield and it was another one.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
that?
I don't remember.
Bird.
Bird. I had Bird.
Big
but
Bird.
Satterfield, he would always say to us, like, if you drive a car that costs more than $40,000, you're a criminal. Or you're doing something criminal. I was like, what the heck?
man.
Like, what the heck?
Tell him about how I wasn't allowed to read a Rob report.
Oh yeah, you got in trouble. They did a search, and like you can get magazines and books, right?
Yeah.
The Rob report is supposed to be like luxury, and they're like, if you read that, you're gonna think criminally, and you're gonna want these things, desire these things. So instead of like wanting to desire to be successful, they're like, oh, because I know you're not gonna be successful, you're gonna go into the life of crime to get this stuff. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
That mindset is like jacked up.
It's
like,
crazy,
Instead of
ain't it?
motivating people, it's like, oh yeah, don't. It's okay. You get out of prison, go work at McDonald's or do dishes, and that's all you can strive
that's
for.
all you
It's like-
strive for.
And if you do beyond that, you make more money.
You're
You're doing
doing
something
something
criminal.
Yeah.
Insane.
Because that was part of my treatment goal, not to look at
I remember that treatment goal.
magazines with cars in them.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of guys who've been down for like 20, 30 years, remember like I remember like talking to some guy and I'm overhearing these guys talk about like girls and like, oh, I got a girlfriend, and he's showing pictures.
Yeah.
And he shows a picture of this Instagram page.
Yeah,
and it's
sure.
like, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he goes, oh yeah, that's my girlfriend. I'm like, bro, that's like Instagram model.
Man.
Remember that?
That
And they're
is
like,
not
no,
good.
that's my girlfriend. Because he didn't even know what Instagram is.
Yeah.
And people are like, looking at him like, no. What are you talking about?
You know, prison, that's the only place
You got to
can
create
go
your identity.
and be anybody who you want to be.
Right? And we have a song about that, right?
Yeah.
We
Tell me
create a song.
anything.
Tell me anything. Exactly.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, yeah, because for the most part, they don't know who you are unless they got some sophisticated way of finding out. But you can say things like, yo, I'm a billionaire. You don't even know when I'm out. Like, da-da-da-da. And you're like, what? You don't even talk or act like a billionaire.
Yeah, but don't go to the store now.
Yeah, because he has no money in his
That's
books.
the first sign.
Right? You're like,
I'm
oh.
looking. Do you get
yeah,
commissary?
Yeah, you got
to
nothing.
see.
Or they
Can you
commissary
get on the
back
phone?
real little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never at the commissary.
Man.
The gamblers that never lose.
The gambler. Oh yeah, what was that guy's name?
God.
From Maryland.
DC.
From Maryland, DC.
Who?
McNabb.
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 Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
The
What's
guy
game he
said,
was gonna teach me?
hey,
Let
the
me
guy
I
said,
never
he goes,
lose.
I never lose money on Baccarat. He goes,
Baccarat.
yeah, and he's like, dude, you don't even know. Let me show you my strategy. And da-da-da-da. And I was like, bro, what'd you come into prison for? He goes, drugs? Okay, so if you knew how to make unlimited money on baccarat, why would you be selling drugs?
Man.
Yeah,
Because you like the action.
yeah,
Them
he's
guys.
crazy, dude. He was talking about I was a nightlife promoter, and dude, he was the craziest dude.
Yeah, he was wild.
Yeah, he was kind of weird.
Damn, who else was there?
Irving.
So
Irby.
many people.
Irby.
Remember him?
How's
he
he
could
talk?
sleep in anything.
Hey man, what's up,
that's
guys?
my
Like,
guy.
dude, he
Yeah.
had that unique voice.
Yeah.
It was like he was a
Tone
cool
low.
cat.
Tone low.
Yeah.
And he would walk around all like smooth and like with
Chewing
his
on his
glasses,
tongue.
with his little.
Yeah.
He'd be chewing on his tongue too.
Yep.
Wasn't Irby the guy that could find the different ways to take a nap and look
Yep.
like he was busy?
Everywhere.
Yeah. He was sleeping in the bed now.
Under the
Or
bed.
sleep in a
hiding.
position where he looks like he's folding his bed. Well, yeah, we couldn't sleep though because it was our dab. So there's certain
for
places where
sure.
you can take a nap no matter
yeah.
how tired you were, man.
If you're in
was
general
cold.
population, you can
could
just
do-
go to
yeah.
your bed and sleep.
Yeah, we
As long
couldn't,
as it's not like
Yeah.
anything you're not supposed to. But in RDAP during the day, you're supposed to work or be productive.
Until
And so
5,
until we eat dinner.
4 o'clock
Yeah.
or something.
And he's like sitting there.
Yeah.
But you don't remember the time that he gave feedback.
Huh?
You don't remember the time he gave feedback to the one guy, right?
Which
food
one?
stamp.
The guy
I
said
probably
he
can't
was,
remember. It was just sound.
Man, he said he was struggling. The guy got up and said he was struggling.
Didn't he say
with-
I was struggling?
No, but he said he got up and said I'm struggling with
With you
my
struggling?
people, my family on the outside, not being able to support themselves like they did when I was out. So Irby got up. This guy said, well, did you think about telling her to get some food stamps? I said, oh, man.
I do remember that.
You remember that?
I do remember that. That's pretty
Man,
funny.
that was so crazy.
But we were all laughing, but then
Honestly,
it
it
was
was.
like felt so bad because it was like a serious
man.
topic.
Yeah,
And he
was
just
And he was
He
ready
was
to, man. He doesn't get involved too often, but he wanted to speak that time.
Man, he wanted to speak that because he had to get feedback. You
Yeah,
know,
he had to get feedback.
yeah,
I don't even think we made it through that without laughing.
man.
Nah, those were definitely the days. Thank God, though, we're not doing that anymore.
That ain't it.
Yeah, that ain't it, man.
You know, but now we got the cartoon coming up here soon.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be definitely exciting. What more now? You know, before we conclude, what's going on with yourself? You know, now we start with you, Zoe. What do you got going on now, man?
Kind of really out here with y'all. I know I discussed on the last episode about the website. I'm still in the trucking industry. Kind of think about getting out though. I had a nice time with it, but it's time to move forward. So,
sometimes timing. Like you gotta move on to next. You learn what you learn.
yeah, I'm getting into the teaching part. I like teaching more for some reason.
That's cool.
And
about
then
you?
Yourself, Tay?
Oh well, I'm kind of with Zoe. We got a dispatch course that we put together,
Yeah, we did it.
and as I'm a barber as well, you know.
Right.
So I've been cutting hair for like 30 years.
How much you charge?
Right now I'm only charging like $40
All right.
a cut.
Is that
I'm
average?
in school.
Oh, you're in school.
Yeah, I'm in
Okay.
school, but you know.
Dude, barbers used to be so cheap though. I remember like I go
No,
to the
not
barber
now,
shop, it's
man.
like $20. Now like it's like
I
40,
remember that.
50,
I
$60.
remember it was
I was
like 15.
shit.
They're like
That's the
stylish.
shit, man.
Yeah. So
I'm asking my barbers like how much you make? He's like $120,000.
Yep.
Shoot.
I know a barber
And
made-
mostly cash.
Yeah.
Cash, for sure.
No taxes.
That's like making 150.
Yeah, no time. I know a barber made 180.
I know there's guys who work a lot. So like I'll tell you the story. Like there's a guy who was like a financial investment advisor guy.
Yeah.
And he was probably making like $300,000-400,000 a year. And then by the time that his kids were going to college, in order, because like if you make too much money, the colleges don't give you any money, so you gotta like pay full amount. And colleges these days are like $80,000 to $90,000 a year.
Yeah.
But if you don't make a lot, they give you grants and they deduct the price. So like instead of paying $80,000, you might pay like $25,000 or less, or sometimes it can be free.
Okay.
So then he quit his job as a financial advisor. Then he became a barber. And then for until his kids went through college, he was making like $250,000 cash, not reporting it, still living the lifestyle, and then went back to that industry in finance after his kids went to college.
Yeah.
And he said I got a full ride. His kid got a full ride because he was making zero income.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So barber, that's a good
Barber
man.
is-
But I think you just have to market yourself properly.
Right.
Then you have more clients.
Right.
And like, so like Tony, like what I'm doing after prison is like, I've been an entrepreneur all my life and I'm trying to figure out different things. I've been marketing, doing consumer acquisition in digital world and call center world. And I'm doing stuff in legal. I was doing stuff in legal and I'm getting out and I'm trying to do more of like the podcasting. So like you might see my face and my voice more, but like I'm kind of excited about like just voicing people's opinions, thoughts, and mindset, and like going into different parts and trying to elevate people who are general people. Like for me and our producers, we're talking about like people like us who are like
Liberating.
It doesn't have to be like the Joe Rogans. It doesn't have to be like the big famous people who have these podcasts and trying to have like millions and millions of subscribers. It's like we all have a voice and we can talk about our experiences. You know, I have one about gambling. I got one about prison. But it's like just telling our stories and you get excited. And what they call like, our producer calls like the tribe, right? It's like tribe. Like we know that people are here to listen and we have a niche of like people who want to hear our stories. And that's kind of like, I'm excited about that and we want to promote that. So like, you know, whether you make money or not, hopefully you do things and follow your passion and you make money. But like, that's what I'm focused on right now.
Yeah. And it definitely is fun.
It's fun.
Getting up here and talking.
Oh yeah.
You know, as for myself, you know, I've just been blessed to meet you guys and blessed working for Sam and you know helping push his vision, you know, for the podcast and everything. But you know, other than that, thank you again, Tay.
Hey, I'm sure we'll have you guys on the show again. And thank you guys.
Yep.
And thank you again for tuning in to our podcast, Criminal Code, again, where we talk all things prison. Keep those questions coming in, and, you know, we'll get those answers in future episodes. Thank you again. Have a great day.
Jump in some wild. Walk around smelling like an onion all day.